So hope this screen is visible to all of you, right? So before introducing Pitman training, what exactly it is and what do we do under this Pitman training program, uh, I would first talk about why Pitman training is required for India. So there is a problem statement which says that there is a problem of unemployment in India. We also listen everywhere that a lot of people are unemployed. Youth is not able to get right kind of job after doing their degree programs or maybe post graduation. So the screen says that currently the employment rate in India is increasing by 10% by 2023. It's a big problem, right? Everybody is trying to find out the solution for that. Government is also pushing a lot of efforts to make people employable, but this problem is increasing day by day. But if we see the other side, there are a lot of jobs available across the country. There are a lot of employers who are looking the right kind of manpower, but they are not able to find the right kind of manpower who can perform the task right in the right manner. So there is a gap, right? If we see, so one is there's a demand, and one there is a unemployment. So if you see these some of these screenshots, we can see that let's say India to become US dollar 33 billion education skill market by 2030. It means we have jobs, the employers are there, but the right kind of manpower is not available. So the solution for this is let them make job ready, let them make employable. So for that, what we are planning to skill, to improve their skills. So there is a huge demand for skill development in the country, right? If you see our education system, there are a lot of colleges available across the country. The kind of student they are taking as an intake, what kind of teaching they are doing, and what kind of output is there, we all know that. So people have only physical degree in their hand, but they do not have the right kind of skills. That's the reason they are not able to crack the interviews or not able to retain their jobs in the longer run. So our idea is to make them employable by upskilling their current skills, right? Government is also focusing on this in a great way. We can see Skill India is going on, NSDCs are there, a lot of skill set councils are there. Governments also want that we should make India youth skilled, and then make them employed not only for India but across the world. And this problem is not only for metros basically. This problem is for tier three cities also. So where a lot of colleges are there, but again they are not properly educated in their particular domain. So even if you see a lot of organizations, they go to tier two and tier three cities for hiring the placements. So we have a huge market in these cities also. So considering the same, we have joined hands with Pitman Training UK. So Pitman Training is a UK-based brand. It started in 1837 by Sir Isaac Pitman, who was the inventor of shorthand. So he started this center in 1837. Now it's a heritage brand for 87 years. Right. Initially, they started with shorthand, and later on they added courses as per the demand. And currently, we are offering more than 250 programs under this brand. So Franchise India has taken the master's right for India, and now we are expanding their centers across the country. So in Pitman training, what we do, we set up a center, right? So if you say in practically, if you have to offer more than 250 programs, we need to set up a university for that. And we would require even more than 150 faculties to teach these programs. But here we are setting up a center of around 2,000 square feet area where we will set up the labs, computer lab, not the physical classroom. So it's not going to be a physical training center where a teacher would be there and the students are there. They would learn in a batch kind of thing. So here we'll set up the lab, and this lab would have the computers, and the seating arrangement would be like at one seat there would be two screen. So the entire content is on cloud, right? So student would enroll in any of the program. They will come to the center. They will log into the system, and basically, and there's an LMS, My Pitman. So the entire content is in LMS. All the modules, all the practice sessions, all the exams, everything is there, videos. So the student will log in into the system, into their LMS, and start learning the program in a self-paced learning mode. Uh, But when we say self-paced learning mode, it's an instructor-led self-paced learning mode where there will be a learning coach also at the center. So this coach would not be a subject matter expert, but he would help the students in completion of their program. So if any support is required, he is there to support them in finishing their program. If any question is there, he would be able to resolve that question. And if any specific question, I mean, doubt is related to that particular program, he will connect the student to the subject matter expert in UK itself online. So this the idea of calling the student at the center is that at center they do not require any software to complete this program. There's a discipline, there's atmosphere, there's a peer group, there's a learning coach who would help the student in completion of this program. So idea is that students should come to center, complete their program, get their certification, and get job ready. The beauty of this entire system is that at the end of the program, we are also giving the job assistance. So once they will successfully complete their program, will have their certification or maybe diploma. So we'll provide them as job assistance. We'll make them meet with the employers, potential employers, and they will face their rounds. And once they clear, they will get the jobs also. So the USP of this brand is basically, first of all, the brand, as I said, it's a heritage brand. And 187 years old now, where it is respectable across the world as a value of the certificate across the world. So the employers recognize this certificate. They understand that somebody has done the course from Pitman training. They must have had some skills, then only they would be able to clear this exam of Pitman training. The second is flexible courses. So as I said, there is no specific batch for any student. It's a self-paced learning program. The student can select the timing as per their convenience. Let's say somebody is a college-going student can come in the evening hours, or maybe if there's a working professional who can come in the weekends. So there is no specific batch timing somebody has to follow. So it's a flexible time where, as per the convenience, they can choose their batch basically. When I say handy locations, so we are setting up centers across the country, so student can visit to the nearest center where they can enroll themselves, complete their program, get the help of learning coach, and then complete the program. Support and guidance, as I said, every center will have a learning coach. This learning coach will help not only in the assisting the students in the program, but they will also encourage in completion of the program. If any help is required from UK, they would be able to connect the expert from the UK. This is a journey of Pitman training from 1837 to now 2024. So as I said, this entire content is into my Pitman training LMS. This LMS is a very well explained this LMS. Everything is on a streamlined way. The person will complete one module, then give the exam, and then go to the next module, something like that. So the entire training would be happen on this my Pitman LMS. So when I said the programs, there are more than 250 programs. These programs are into IT, into networking, into accounting, sales, marketing, digital marketing, operations, business skills. You take the name of the particular field, the program is there. So idea is to have a bigger TG, right? And they have a program in, let's say, English also. So, the TG start from anybody who is into first year of the graduation, maybe in the middle of their career. So they can join program not only to get a job, even may upskill their program in their current job, which can give value to their CVs. So these programs are divided among three categories. One are diploma, which are a longer run program. The awards, which is a mid level program, and the Indian courses are the certificate programs. So this program may vary from, let's say, 10 hours to 500 hours program, which can be completed, in every day and in number of hours. Pitman training has tied up with a lot of accreditation body, certification body. So student who would complete the program, they would get the certificate from the Pitman training UK. Along with that, if they clear the exam of any accreditation body, they will get the certificate from the body itself. Like they have tied up with Cisco, they have tied up with AAT, they have tied up with Microsoft, something like that. So entire focus of this training session is that students should be satisfied once they complete the program. uh, once they pass out from the course, they must get some job because that is the word of mouth, which is very strong in terms of equipment training. So they basically we train more than 25,000 students every year, and we have done a survey among these students about their outcome. So out of those, 98% students recommend said that they would recommend the fitment training program to their friends, family members, and colleagues. So which says that our focus is basically not only to provide them the certification, but end of the day to upskill their skills so that they can get their jobs. Now come to franchisee proposal. In terms of franchisee proposals, we are offering we have two options basically. One is a unit franchisee in which we give a single unit to a partner in a given territory. The other one is a area developer model where we give this specific area right to a partner who can further add some franchise in that particular area. So the benefit for a area developer is that they would get the revenue share in the franchisee fees of sub-franchisee. Apart from that, they will also get the revenue share in the royalty from collected from the sub-franchisee. So, in terms of area developer, there is a recurring revenue from the sub-franchisees also, apart from the franchisee fee revenue share. So to start this business, we need a center. As I said, the center should be at a place where it should be well connected with public transport, so students can easily can come to the center and then start the classes. We would require a team. When I said team, we would require a center manager, maybe a owner can be a manager itself who can run the entire show. Apart from that, we would require a course advisor, basically a counselor who will counsel the students and do the sales over call as well and convert them into admission. We require a learning coach, as I said, who would support the students in completion of their program. Apart from that, we would require a marketing person who will do all the BTL activities, organizing seminars in the colleges or maybe setting canopy at some area, presenting leads, and some office staff. And once we have team, we'll require the product, which we already have in terms of diploma, awards, and individuals. And finally, it would require the students. So when we say an ideal partner profile, we are looking people who are already into education domain. Let's say if they are running some centers, maybe into running some college or maybe schools, who have some idea about the education business, should have strategic knowledge how to run an education institute, should be backed by finances to invest in infrastructure, marketing, staff, should be well versed with the operational, day-to-day operational thing and have a clear idea of marketing, how to run this entire business successfully. So for partners, KPIs are basically first is lead. So the main point is lead generation. This can be generated through a lot of online activities, local level BTL activities. The other KPI would be to convert that lead into admission. So the main focus should be conversion rate. So if we have a better conversion rate, definitely we'll have a better number of enrollments. Then collection of the fees from the students, and finally successfully run the program. At the end of the day, students should say wow once they complete the program. In terms of in investment, there are three components. One is a franchisee fee, which is a one-time franchisee fee, which gives you a right to run the center in your specific area. Other than that, it would also give right to access to 50 programs, which are already there. Will give you handholding, training, complete training to run the business successfully. Second thing is training center, which is your own center for which you would require space, rent, branding, computers, and other equipment, right? Then third one is working capital, which is required for day-to-day operations. Now come to the financial snapshot. This snapshot is for unit financials. So the setup cost for a unit is around 30 lakh rupees. When I say the breakup of 30 lakh rupees, this setup cost is 20 lakh rupees, and the franchisee fees is 8,50,000 rupees plus GST, which comes around 10 lakh rupees. So total initial investment is 30 lakh. Then come to the enrollment. So in the first year, we have targeted total 200 students. So these 200 students also, break up into two categories. One is individual student who would walk into your center, maybe call directly to your center. And there is corporate, right? So we can tie with the corporates also. So these corporates, organize the corporate training for the employees. So in this 150 is for individual and 50 for corporate in the first year, which we have targeted, planned. And the left hand side, you can see the fees. So for individual, the average fees would be around 60,000 plus GST, so which comes to 70,800 rupees. And corporate, we have capped 50,000 rupees as a fees, average fees of the program. So if we add the GST, it comes to 59,000 rupees. So if you see the first year gross revenue, which as per our projection, we have taken very conservative numbers at a 200 students first year. The gross revenue first year is 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000 rupees. So if you deduct the GST, the net revenue would be 1 crore 11 lakh 27,000 rupees. So if now we come to expenses, which has the entire operational expenses, marketing, rent, electricity, administrative cost, then royalty and everything. The expense would be around 96 lakh 49,000 rupees. So in the first year, if you see the EBITDA is 14 lakh 77,000 rupees, which is positive EBITDA. So in first year itself, you're in profits in terms of operational cost. But if you talk about the total break-even time, total ROI, we look for around 18 months time when you will get your initial investment as well as the operational cost. So we need to wait for 18 months time. I mean, when everything will be back and then profit will get start. So if you see the figures of second, third, fourth, and fifth year, you can see the expenses are less and then the revenue is increasing. Why? Because we are not adding more expenses, like the center is fixed, the rentals are fixed almost. We have the fixed team. So in that case, from second year onwards, you can see more profit in compared to the first year. So this agreement is for 5-year duration. So this sheet talks about the benefit for area developer. As I said that we are looking for area developer also. So what we have done, we have decided 20 area clusters across the country, and these clusters have been further divided among 3 categories. The first category is where we have there will be total 20 centers. One is the own center run by the area developer, and then 17 sub-franchisee center. The other category would be one own center of the area developer and 14 sub-franchisee centers, so total 15 centers. And the third category is one own center of the area developer and 11 sub-franchises, so total 12 centers in that particular cluster. So let's take the example of category 1, and under this category, then area called Delhi NCR, which has Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Faridabad, and Ghaziabad also along with Delhi. So if you see the third column, it says that at the rate of 8.5 lakh rupees, franchisee fees to be charged from per unit. So the total franchisee fee to be collected from 19 sub-franchisee would be 1 crore 61 lakh 50,000 rupees. So this is the franchisee fee which we can collect from 19 sub-franchisee centers. So the next 3 columns says the investment from an area developer side. So let's say if you decide to take a area developer right for a typical Delhi NCR territory. So for that you need to pay a sign-up fees of rupees 40 lakh 37,000 rupees, which is just only 25% of the total franchisee fees to be collected from all 19 sub-franchisee, which is 1.61 lakh rupees. So sign-up fees is 40 lakh rupees. Then setup cost of your own center is 20 lakh rupees. So total initial investment for area developer is 60 lakh 37,000 rupees. If you see the last 4 columns, this talks about the benefit of area development only from the franchisee fee itself. So the first column says own center franchisee fee benefit, which is 8.5 lakh rupees. So let's say if you take a right of area, any area, you become an area developer, will not charge the franchisee fees of your own center, which is 8.5 lakh rupees. It will be waived off. So that is your benefit. The next benefit is for 50% centers, sub-franchisee basically. So let's say 50% of 19 sub-franchisees, 10. For 10 centers, we'll share 50% of franchisee fees with the area developer. And for rest 9 centers, the 40% franchisee fee collected from the franchisee to be shared with the area developer. So the last column says, with these three benefits, if you open 19 sub-franchisee in your unit daily in CR, you will have a benefit of 81 lakh 60,000 rupees from the franchisee fees itself. So you have invested, let's say 60 lakh rupees, 37 lakh 37,000 rupees as an investment, but you are getting 81 lakh 60,000 rupees from the franchisee fee itself, series itself. Apart from that, you will also get a 5% royalty from the collection of all the sub franchisees, which is a recurring earning for you every month. So when I say franchise support, we are having the master rights for India. So we are one of the stakeholder in this business. So we will provide you support, end-to-end support from starting your business to setting up the center infrastructure and hiring your team, training your team, sales, marketing, operations, training the trainer, and then, running your success successfully. We'll also provide you national level marketing. The local level marketing would be done by you. The entire training would be there from the brand itself, and leads would be shared of your area with you. So it's a complete handholding and running your center successfully. So the process of starting this entire center would be, let's say we'll call one to one, and then we'll decide a territory where you would like to start your center, or maybe a area cluster where you would like to become an area partner. Then we'll invite you to visit our existing center. Then we'll make a financial planning for you. We'll make a business plan for you, how we'll go about and all. We'll find a premises where the center would be. We'll sign the contract. We'll train your entire team, and then we'll launch the center. So these are some pictures of your training center would be. You see, I was talking about the seating plan in the lab where two screen system is there. You can see in the pictures there are two screens at each desk. On one screen, student can go through the program. On the other screen, they can do the practice part. So this is the outside pictures of one of the center, and some pictures from the inside. The lab is there, the reception is there. So the student will use the headphones and complete the program, go through the modules, watch the videos. So this is all about Pitman training, right? The idea is to skill the manpower, the youth of India, and then make them employable. So government is also working. We are also working for the benefit of the youth. So any query, if you have, you can. There's a Q&A session. You can find it on your screen, and you can write your questions there. We can take questions right away. Any questions from anybody's side? You can write your questions in the Q&A box. I'm writing my credentials in the chat box. You just note it down, and we can discuss the proposal in one-on-one basis also. I'm just giving my details here. So I have given my credentials in the chat box. Kindly note it down from there, and we can connect one-on-one basis to discuss this proposal further. Thank you so much for joining. I think there's no question now. Thank you for joining this webinar. We'll try to connect you on one-to-one basis. Thank you so much.